First Class Floral Design, this is Cody. How may I help you? I'm Cody Armstrong. I've lived in and around Jonesboro for most of my life and have been a merchant downtown here since June of 2020 or July of 2023. Well, as a little kid, we would run up and down these streets a lot, and we either had family that was doing something down here, or our parents were doing business with someone down here, or even, my uncle used to host motorcycle rallies in the evenings one day a week down here. And through that, we would be down here all the time looking at stuff, checking things out, and it was just like, I didn't even know what kind of shop I would want to have, but I was like, man, it'd be so cool if we had a store in one of these spaces. And so now, many years later, here we are. We have lived here, my family is from here, and of course, we've got family that live in other places as well, but we're a rural family. We had farms and stuff, and so Jonesboro was just, I guess, the biggest parcels of land at the time that they bought farms, and that's how we ended up here. My dad works for the railroad, and the job that he had was a traveling job, and the only time that we weren't present in the community was for a short time after Hurricane Katrina. We had to move away to New Orleans, and of course I would spend my school time here with aunts and uncles and grandparents, and then go back down there in the off season or anytime we had vacation or anything like that. So displaced but not moved away. I'm the owner and lead designer here at First Class Floral Design, and my week here in Jonesboro, well, also on top of that, I'm also the treasurer for Jonesboro Area Merchants and Services Association. So that's another role that I play downtown here, a pretty major role as a matter of fact. And my week looks like dividing my time between the organization and time here. And being the lead designer, I do most of the work as well as run the business. So my day typically starts around 8 a.m. and sometimes isn't done until 8 p.m. Anytime we have an event down here, then I'm like, oh yeah, we're a real flower shop now. That's what I say. I'm always like, we're a real flower shop now, because you got people coming in and around and they're picking up stems of flowers and choosing things, and like, oh, can I get this made into something, and something like that. And it brings the town to life as a whole when you have all these folks down here wandering around and in and out, and even on the weekends when it's nice weather, we have a lot of people down here. And that kinetic energy from the people moving by on the streets, it comes into the shops, and it just brings the whole town, not just my shop, but the whole town to life. It's the Appalachian in me. The Appalachian tradition is we've got our roots run so deep that nothing can move us. And I don't know why I feel that way, but I do. And I think it's just that deep-seated Appalachian, we're staying here no matter what, and we're going to make it work. And I don't know why I feel that way. And I do truly love it here, and I think a lot of that is just the love for the place. When I was a younger adult and was coming down here regularly and got to become a regular, there's just such a feeling of home in that. And I think if we had that same feeling throughout the entire town, when people come into the town, they feel that, and it's more welcoming, it's more inviting, and they want to stay. Which, look what we've done so far. We've got lots of people who come and then want to stay. And that's really, to me, that's why we want these deep-seated love for the community and love for each other. And you want to walk in somewhere and feel like a regular. They sense that everybody is comfortable and happy in what they do, and that they're happy working together. And they feel invited in, and I think that feeling, that invitation of feeling like, come in and enjoy our warmth, and enjoy yourself for a few minutes while we do a flower arrangement for you or something like that. And that comfort and warmth that I feel from being here in this area and staying for such a long time, I think drives other people to go, I want to feel that comfort and warmth. I want to experience that on a daily basis, because obviously these people experience it on a daily basis because I just got that. There are a lot of people. Oh yeah, and there's a lot of development happening. And it's really sad when you see some of the old farmland go away, because it takes away from some of the natural beauty of our area. But you can't have one without the other. To have growth, you're going to have either industry or real estate or whatever it is. And I think it's important to have a happy medium, but also to encourage growth, we need to make sure that these people are, we don't want to overdo it, but at the same time, people coming in is good. If people are coming in, then we're doing something right. So my cousin owned 2 flower shops in Knoxville and 1 shop in Bristol. And it was one of those things where I got to watch him do it and see him do it and see the things that he was doing and go like, wow, I really like that. I'd never thought in a million years, because I used to fly airplanes, like I never thought in a million years I'd be in a flower shop in downtown Jonesboro, but one thing led to another. And after being a designer for 15 years, the last flower shop that I worked at, she's like, you really need to open your own place. I'll do like a little bit of moonlighting on my own and get a feel for it and see what happens. And then not even 2 months after I started doing stuff on my own, we got the offer to move in down here. And it was like, yes, this is what we do now. I was very surprised by just how involved in the community most everyone is. Like, you get that sense of community, but once you're part of especially the business community, you go, oh wow, like these people are really serious about making Jonesboro the best that it can be. And it's really impressive how, whether you like somebody or dislike somebody, or you may not see eye to eye with that person, how they still can come together and really do great things. I think it means being progressively traditional. We're a type of people in the Appalachia that really hold tight to our values and hold tight to our customs and hold tight to traditional aspects of every bit of what we've grown up experiencing. But I think there's still progress to be made even with those values. Really, in my free time, one of my most favorite things to do, personally for me, especially in downtown Jonesboro, in the evening after things quiet down and all the businesses are closed, it's so nice just to walk the street and just take in the ambiance that is Jonesboro. It's such a quiet, still, even though we have all the growth that we have, it's still a quiet little town, and you can walk through it in the evening and just take in the ambiance of being in a town that's 200 years old. But to be Tennessee's oldest town, and to be something that is near the age of the original colonies, I mean, there's so much history, and you almost just feel it as you walk through on a quiet afternoon, quiet evening.